Welcome back. Amid the Omicron threat looming across the world, several countries have gone ahead and approved booster jabs for their citizens. Here in India, the National Technical Advisory Group, which essentially is a vaccine panel, will be giving out recommendations soon with regards to booster doses. But there is a debate over this, whether this is the right step, whether we really need booster doses or not. And we decode that for you in this report.
Boosters or not? Can I get my boosters in India? Am I eligible to get a booster shot? Why is the government calling it a third dose? Why is there no call yet on a booster dose? The chorus for boosters is growing louder in India. As the Omicron variant spreads, many are asking if not now, then when? Rich Indians are flocking to America and Dubai to get a booster shot. Should you too? Many questions remain about administering of boosters in India. The National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization will draft a policy on boosters, and they are split. Even when boosters are given out, it will only be for the immunocompromised population. At least that is what sources indicate. High-risk groups like healthcare workers say they too must be prioritized.
You have to fully vaccinate people, and if we have enough vaccine stock, then introducing boosters is a good idea.
India is calling boosters a third dose. This is the correct terminology, experts say. What is going on as far as, this entire discussion about additional dose and third dose is concerned? How is it different from a booster dose, and why is the government choosing not to call it the booster dose? What's going on?
Well, actually, the booster is a wrong nomenclature.
Okay.
Because the first dose is the priming dose and the second dose is the booster dose. So what you're giving as a third dose is a supplementary and enhancing dose for immunity. So the booster is actually the second dose, but anyway, the name has come to be used. So I think it's got into popular parlance. Yes. But technically, the government is right.
So with the final decision not in sight, should you travel outside of India and get a shot? That looks like an option if you can afford to, but waiting for more data is advised, especially if you have received 2 shots of Covaxin and not Covishield.
We must try and push the pedal very hard on protecting those people who have been unvaccinated or incompletely vaccinated. And depending upon the availability of vaccines and of the vaccination teams, we must try and do both.
But vaccine researchers have also said that India should make an effort to ensure the additional dose is that of a vaccine like Pfizer, which is an mRNA vaccine, and the government must make them available.
Whether we call it a booster or a third dose or a fourth dose, it's very clear that we need to monitor the immune systems of immunocompromised individuals very, very carefully and make sure that they have some level of response to vaccine. We do need specific vaccination strategies, specific management strategies for them.
Meanwhile, when it comes to concerns around Omicron, the WHO itself has said they are yet to take a call on booster shots.
It's only looking at one element, just the neutralizing antibodies, and we really haven't got information on the effectiveness. So I think it's premature to conclude that this reduction in neutralizing activity would result in a significant reduction in vaccine effectiveness. We do not know that, because as you know, the immune system is much more complex. They're the T cells, they're the memory B cells. And so what we really need now is a coordinated research effort and not jumping to conclusions on, study by study.
Boosters or additional dose or third dose, call them what you may, but with surge in cases because of Omicron, at least across the world, and waning immunity, something that's true to India as well, we now have to take a call on how the country can go about protecting its most vulnerable. Everyone is convinced that the science behind the additional dose is strong and a policy decision has to be taken on the same. In New Delhi, Sneha Mordani for India Today.
And with that, I'm slipping into a short break here on First Up. Do stay with us. Coming up on the other side, we're getting you all the tributes that are pouring in for General Bipin Rawat. And from the archives, an interview with the Chief of Defence Staff that Gaurav Sawant did, in which he tells you about what his vision was for the Indian forces. Do stay tuned for that.